Hey loves, I created these two vampire looks for you, whether you want to be a sexy vampire, a sultry vampire, or if you want to be a little bit creepy, I've got you covered, so let's get started. Hello! Okay, so we're going to begin by priming our face. And we're going to apply some foundation. This is MANIC Dreamtone. And a little bit of the L'Oreal True Match. I'm using more Dreamtone than I am the True Match. This is going to give me a really light, almost white finish. I'm super pale though, so go ahead and pick out whatever foundation is a couple of shades lighter than your skin tone. This is the NYX Concealer in Lavender. This is perfect for a vampire look as it is super light and slightly grayish in tone. And I think that's perfect for being dead, but not too dead, because that's not cute. Just tapping that under my eyes and on top of my cheekbones, just kind of everywhere I normally would, highlighting. Now I'm going to set all of that with Physicians Formula Correcting Powder in Translucent. This is just the BH Cosmetics brush. Going into the 120 palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm doing them darker than I normally do. I've been really into light brows right now, but I know that I'm going to put on a ton of makeup, and I feel like vampire brows should be a little darker. So just a medium matte brown, and now I'm going to outline them with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. I just can't live without it. I tried. I can't. I couldn't just fill them with powder. I had to line them with this. Now I'm going to prime my lids with NYX White Base. I'm going to prime my upper lid and lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back to that same medium matte brown that I used in my brows and buff that all into my crease. There's no need to be precise with this. I'm just buffing it all around. Honestly, the more blended out, the better. This is MAC Brown Script. I just love this. I feel like this is the perfect shadow for this. You could also use Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear or just any matte red brown. There was one in the palette, but it wasn't quite as intense as I would like. So I'm just blending that into the crease and then down towards the bridge of my nose into the inner corner where you normally wouldn't want to put shadow because it would make you look creepy. This is where you want to put it. This is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Rust, I believe. I'm just applying that to my lid and to my lower lash line. I'm just going to buff that out. And there's kind of this lighter, shimmery, rusty red shadow in the 120 palette, and I'm just going to blend that on top. Just pat it on, blend it out. Both on my lid and my lower lash line. You don't even have to worry about fallout with this look because you're going to bring that shadow down far. Just going to use this matte black from the 120 palette and blend that directly into my crease. I'm using a Sigma E25. Now just taking a little bit more of that brown script, I'm going to buff that out. I want my crease super defined, but not too harsh of lines, if that makes sense. So I got to blend it out. And now I'm going to highlight my brow bone with this cream shade, also from the 120 palette. And blend it out with my Sigma E40. Now I'm going to create kind of a cat eye with my Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen in Ultra Black. This is the Stila Smudge Stick, I believe, in Stingray. Just a black liner. I'm lining my bottom waterline, my lower lash line. Just going to buff that all out, smoke it out. Now I'm just kind of smudging it up to make that wing a little bit more dramatic. I end up adding so much shadow, so many different shades that it kind of, you can see right now, I'm buffing a tiny bit of the matte black just to smoke it up. Super dramatic. It's like I blended it up with the smudger brush and then inwards with the fluffy brush. And then all around we're going back to that rusty red and then a bright red and blending those together and applying those to my lower lash line. buffing back and forth with the smudger brush and then blending it out, taking a tiny bit of it up to blend out that black. Taking this really deep purple, just a matte deep purple, applying that to my inner corners with the fluffy brush and underneath my lower lash line. See, I told you, all the shadow everywhere. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. This is MAC Giga Black Mascara. Just going to apply one coat to my upper lashes and one to my lower lashes. You could stop here with mascara if you wanted, but you know me, I gotta apply those false lashes. And you know I'm gonna go back to those ones that I'm obsessed with right now. The Halloween lashes that I got at Walmart. By the way, I went back, there was only one pair. One pair! I need to find more. They're amazing and they're only $2.97, just super wispy. Obsessed with them. They've been in probably every single Halloween tutorial that I have done. So just really dramatic lashes. Now I'm gonna contour a ton. This is the NYX Blush in Taupe. This is a really nice neutral tone that looks much more like a natural highlight, more that grayish taupey tone is more of the actual shade of a shadow. So it's not too warm, not too cool, nice in between. I am just contouring everywhere. Extra on my cheekbones. This is where you want to go all out. I'm going to do my jawline. You want to look very skeletal as much as you can. I mean, I got big cheeks. I'm not gonna look that skeletal, but I can look a little bit like a vampire. I'm just gonna buff that all out, just kind of blend it out. I'm going to contour my nose. And I wanted it even more dramatic, so I'm going to that matte black in the 120 palette in this little fluffy brush. I'm just kind of carving out my cheekbones. And I added some to my temples as well. Blended it upwards right there. I went back with that angled blush brush and just buffed it out. And then I contoured my nose a little bit more. And I kind of buffed that out with a powder brush. Now I'm going to highlight with Becca's Moonstone. Love this. As you can see, as soon as I put that on my cheekbones, they just pop even more. No blush, because you would not be all blushy if you were a vampire. I'm going to apply my lip color. I mixed the Flawless and Bichette, however you say it, lip liners. Just applying both of those. And then I'm using Bichette Lippie Stick. The shade is so perfect. And I'm going to go back to that black liner by Stila and just kind of line my lips and concentrate on the outer corners, just so it kind of ombres in towards the center. I always have to cut something off, don't I? And I kind of press my lips together to blend it, and now I'm just making those lines really precise. I know that there's going to be a lot of attention drawn to my lips as I am wearing fangs, so I wanted to make them as sharp as possible, the lines as sharp as possible. These are the Scarecrow Vampire Fangs. These are the ones for women, so they're a little smaller, which is nice because these ones already feel funky in your mouth, but they're a little smaller. So this is the first completed look with no blood or anything, just so you look like a girly vampire, and now we're gonna add a little bit of blood. So this is for in between, so you're still a little creepy, but you're still gonna look like a sexy vampire or a sultry vampire. And I just put a little bit of that on an empty lash tray that I had sitting there. You can put it on any surface, and I shook my head to get it to fall down. And just use a little tiny shadow brush and just kind of drew it on and globbed it on a little bit so it would look kind of more natural where it dripped down. And I just started with one side. Later on I do put it on the other side. And I wanted it a little more dramatic, so I used the actual tube and just kind of dripped it on right there to make it look a little more realistic. You can see it running down my chin. So that's what that looks like. So that's kind of the in-between look. So you're a little creepy, but you're still really got your pretty makeup, your pretty dead makeup. And now, stay tuned if you want to see look 2, where I add the veins underneath my eyes, much creepier. And if you put contacts in, you'd be super creepy. So I'm just taking this little tiny liner brush. It's the winged liner brush by Sigma, and I'm just creating some veins under my eyes. You can also do this with liquid latex, which would make them much more 3D and amazing, and then you could just put some foundation over them and kind of color them how you wanted. But this is a much more simple version. This is the first time I've ever tried this, so I gave it a go with the shadow. I feel like shadow was more the way I wanted to go, because you could use a liner, but that's gonna be much more dramatic. But as you can see right now, I'm tapping powder on top of them because I want them to look like they are under the skin, as your veins would be under the skin. So I'm just going to the other eye. So first I went in with the matte black, and then I used a little bit of the deep purple on top, just to kind of give them a little more color that actually looks like veins. Veiny color, purpley blue. Now I'm just buffing some of that dark purple underneath my eyes. This helped a lot after I did the veins on my face when I buffed out my lower lash line even further and kind of blended a little bit of the color over the veins. I felt like it looked slightly more realistic because I don't think you would be super pale and then it's veins popping out. I don't know. It just looked better. And then I buffed more of the Brown Script by MAC shadow, just buffing that pretty much everywhere I put the purple and bringing it down a little bit, just kind of blending out those veiny lines. And there we go. There is the final finished look number 2, the creepy vampire. But you're still gonna look like a sexy creepy vampire because you got your lashes on, you got your lipstick on. You're gonna look super vampy. So I hope you guys liked that. What did you think? Did you like the slightly creepier tutorial? I've been doing a lot of pretty looks. So do let me know down below what you want to see next, what look should I do next, and you guys are amazing. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up for more Halloween videos. Love y'all. Bye!